Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya
Prabhupada,
Prabhupada, Jaya
Prabhupada.
Prabhupada, Jaya
Jaya Guru Deva,
Jaya Deva,
Guru Deva, Jaya Guru. Nitagor, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol,
Haribo,
Hari,
Buddha,
Nitagor,
Buddha,
Haribol,
Haribo,
Haribol,
Haribo,
Haribol,
Haribo,
Buddha, Haribol. Nitagor, Apimanandi, Haribol.
Haribo.
So you are welcome to today's class. I think we don't need to waste any more time because already a lot of the time is gone. And can you see why we usually go a little bit beyond the time before we stop? Because you don't come properly. You waste like 15, 20 minutes before you come. Then once the time for closing reaches, you want to close. So the time we lose at the beginning, we're going to put it in the front. So no cheating. Yes, that's why when you reach, I'll continue. So don't complain when that happens. Okay. Having said that, let's go into action. Today's topic is Guru Seva, lesson 9. Guru Seva. Guru Seva. What do you understand by Guru Seva? When we say Guru Seva, literally, what does it mean? Guru Seva. Is it difficult? Service to Guru. That's the meaning of Guru Seva. Seva means service. Guru means Guru. Guru Seva. Service to Guru. Okay? Very simple. So, this particular lesson is divided into 3 categories. One is qualification of a disciple, then Guru Seva and service to ISKCON, then meeting obligations in a balanced manner. These are the 3 main components of this particular lesson. And we want to start now. We want to know what ways can we serve our Guru? What are the ways? What are the ways we can serve our
Hare Krishna,
Spirit?
Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Haribo.
Dandavat pranams.
Pranams, all glories.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
All
Prabhuji,
glories.
please, I think some of the ways we can serve the Guru is to listen to his instructions.
To listen to his instructions and implement them. Very good. Yes, that's one of the foundational ways of serving the Guru. Listen to his instructions and implement. Carry them out. Yes, more ways. We want contributions from everybody. Which other ways can we serve our Guru? We want the answer to come from you. Like our names. But in grace, which other ways can we serve our Guru? How can we serve our Guru?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Haribo.
We can serve our Guru wherever your Guru is around. You can buy something to serve him. You can do some service.
You can give him gifts.
Gifts,
Okay.
yeah.
Very good.
You can tie up his place.
Yeah, you can clean his ashram. You can fetch water. You can cook for him. You can wash his clothes. And many more. Yeah. Yes, that is good. Which other ways can we serve the Guru? Thank you for that one. Yeah. We can serve the Guru by distributing his books, especially Srila Prabhupada. Other gurus also, we can distribute their books too. You can serve the Guru by distributing his books. You can serve the Guru by strictly following the vows. When you are strictly following the vows, you are serving your Guru. You got it? When you are strictly following the vows, you are serving your Guru. Olumide, contribute. Which other ways can we serve the Guru?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
There are so many ways we can serve the Guru. One of the very best things is listen to the instructions of the Guru and follow them and abide to his instructions.
Somebody has said that one already.
Yes, that's one of the important things. And again, always be available to serve him in so many ways, like washing clothes, cleaning his ashram.
Somebody has said that one also. Says the one that has not been said. more ways of serving the Guru.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Please, we can serve our Guru by offering our resources, time, and our skills to him.
Offering our resources, our time, and what?
Our skills.
Our skills. Okay, very good. Like if you are good in internet, you can help the Guru wherever he needs to make posters for a particular lecture, or you can help manage some of his online activities. It's a way of serving the Guru also. Yes, you can also sacrifice your time to be there to carry out his instructions. If you can send you on errands, you can go and even inquire from him something that you don't understand. You go and clarify. It is also still service. Even though it's for your benefit, it's service too, service to the Guru. And you can do physical services, many services of all kinds. You can also engage your resources. Maybe you Guru like coconuts. You buy coconut, enough coconuts, so that you will not be in anxiety when the Guru wants something to drink. You can offer incense for him to offer to his deities. You can serve him by, many other ways. Yes, any other way?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Haribo.
Prabhuji, please, I want to try. Please, some of the gurus have written books. They have published books. So I think some of the ways we can also serve them is by reading their books. And also, the Guru is not different from Krishna. He is the external manifestation of Krishna. So we can also serve the Guru by reading the scriptures too.
Yeah. You can serve the Guru by reading the scriptures and by living by the scriptures. exemplary living. The devotee is exemplary, is a very big service to the Guru because others will also learn from his exemplary services. They can refer to him when they are talking to others. Say, look at this so devotee. He's very exemplary in his conduct. 3 o'clock is awake and he doesn't talk Prajapa. He just bath and start chanting his rounds and he doesn't complain about service and he's always available. Exemplary. He's always in class and in programs. By being exemplary, you are a good servant of your Guru. And if you study his books, it's also serving him with your intelligence and also dedicating your time also to scrutinizing what he has. And then you follow them, be able to follow them nice. Yeah. Then if the Guru has a project and you have the Lashmi, you can also support the Guru's project with Lashmi. And if the Guru has some preaching programs, you can always arrange to support by helping coordinate or by arranging for program for your Guru, arranging television program, arranging school programs, arranging all kinds of programs for your Guru. That you can do. Okay? So in this way, you can please your Guru as much as possible. Then, what are some ways we can serve the mission of ISKCON? Because don't forget, the Guru is not different from, his purpose is not different from the mission of ISKCON. Guru's mission and ISKCON's mission are one. So what are some ways we can serve ISKCON mission? The International Society for Krishna Consciousness, what are some ways we can serve the movement? Come up with the answers.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please, we can serve the mission of ISKCON by obeying Srila Prabhupada's instructions, following the 4 regulative principles. Hare Krishna.
Yes, it is true. We can serve the mission by following the 4 regulative principles, obeying instructions, living by example. You see, because the Guru and the ISKCON, they are one in purpose. So some of the ways you serve the Guru are also some of the same ways you can serve the mission too. So don't be surprised that very similar things are there. Yes, you can serve the Guru by cooperating with your God brothers. If the Guru lives and every time he's hearing stories about how you are quarreling with some of your God brothers, how you cannot work together with some of your God brothers, how they're whimsical, if that is all the story the Guru is hearing from you, you are giving him anxiety. You know, the Guru is happier when he hears that devotees are mature, working together. They're able to accommodate each other's differences and they are working together cooperatively. The Guru is happier. But if it is a case where every time you don't cooperate, you are having so many differences, you cannot, so to the end, sometimes you don't even eat food from the other person and you are just promoting, dissension. So if you cooperate with your God brothers, cooperate means you recognize that they are also individuals and everybody has some shortcomings somehow or the other. Just like you too, you have some shortcomings. So you tolerate each other's shortcomings while praying, encouraging your brother to overcome his challenges. So in this way, you work cooperatively. And the purpose of your being there is to please Srila Prabhupada and to please the mission. So any activity that is going to boost the mission, you just cooperate and do it. Even if you have individual differences with somebody. Once it is a service, like for instance, the temple room, There's time to cleaning the temple room. You cannot say this person, you are not, I'm not in good terms with him, so he's cleaning today. I will not clean. Tomorrow, the day is not cleaning, I will clean. Immaturity. So when devotees have immature behavior, the guru is not happy. And if he does that, he's not promoting the mission, he's not serving the mission properly. When you cooperate, on the other hand, you are serving the proper will be happy, then your own spiritual master will be happy also. So cooperate with your God brothers and also the disciples of other gurus. And you should be ready to serve the mission. There are 7 purposes of ISKCON. I told you should go and make some efforts to get the 7 purposes of ISKCON. Write them down, the 7 purposes of ISKCON. So constantly read them, because that is where you will get everything Srila Prabhupada wants us to do. How Prabhupada is thinking, what he wants us to do, you will see it there. So don't be lazy. Acclimatize yourself or abreast yourself with the 7 purposes of ISKCON. Then by going on Harinam Sankirtan, that's one of the ways of serving ISKCON. Devotees go together congregationally, they chant the holy name of the Lord for the public to hear and for the public to see. It's a great service to the movement. And when devotees go and distribute books, it's also a service to the movement. So Harinam Sankirtan, a service to the movement. Okay? So these are some of the ways. Constantly going on Harinam, doing Sankirtan, distributing the books, cooperating with other devotees, Not quarreling, living by example. Living by example is a way of serving the guru also. Serving the ISKCON movement at the same time. Also, by being good representative of ISKCON means you follow, you are exemplary. Are doing different services in the temple. Any service assigned to you by your temple authority, you do it with all your hearts. That is service to the movement also. Also by teaching scriptures, like as we are doing, teaching others about some of our philosophy and our way of doing things, just as I'm doing right now, is service. It's also service to the movement and service to my guru at the same time. Then counseling. Counseling, when devotees are having some challenges, you are there to advise, give guidance and encouragement to them. Also, that is service. Also, by serving the deities directly in the altar as a pujari is service. By cooking for the deities is a service. By arranging for president distribution, food for life is a service. By doing PRO work for ISKCON is a service. By registering live members is a service. By eating only prasadam as Bhakti Seva is doing is also a service. It's always eating it alone. It's not calling anybody. That's all. Okay. So that and many more. Okay, thank you very much. Call everybody, say all devotees, everybody come and eat.
Everybody come and eat.
Very good. You are invited, though. If you don't go, it's your cup of tea. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, so can there be any imbalance in the matter of serving your guru and also serving your administrative authority? Because we earlier said before, Hare Krishna, what is going on? No. The link is there now. Go to the platform and you see the link and just connect. Or you are in the wrong place. Endeavor, Hare Krishna. Continue to try. Sorry, we say we should refrain from making phone calls during classes, but I am making phone call. It's a student. The student is saying he finds it difficult to log in. I mean, I like full attendance, honestly, because I will not go back to what I've taught. I like full attendance. Okay. So we earlier taught that there are two lines of authority. One is spiritual line of authority, and the other is administrative line of authority. Spiritual line of authority means your guru, instructions from your guru. Spiritual line of authority. Guru is your spiritual line of authority. And also there are administrative line of authority. Your temple president and your management team, the administrative line. So we are asking, can there be occasions when there will be a conflict between the instruction given by your administrative line of authority and that of your spiritual line of authority? Is it possible for there to be conflict between instructions given by the administrative line of authority and that given by your spiritual line of authority? The answer is yes. Since you are not answering, let me answer for you. The answer is yes. There can be conflict. And I gave the example of Ratayatra. That, for instance, there is a Ratayatra festival coming up in Benin, Nigeria, on the 22nd of November. 22nd of November, there is a Ratayatra festival in Nigeria, Benin. No, Warri precisely. And the Sonia Kavishara Maharaj will be attending. The Sonia Bhatidra Dara Maharaj will also attend. So, assuming His Holiness Kavishara Maharaj give an instruction to all his disciples that my disciples in West Africa, whether you're in Ghana or Cameroon, please come for this Ratayatra so that you can have opportunity to associate with other your God brothers. But in grace, you are talking.
No, I'm okay. It's true.
What did I say
My
last?
father is not feeling well, so I'm at my father's place. Some people have come, so I have to talk to them. I'm sorry.
Okay, you are not in temple.
No, I'm so my father is sick.
Okay. You can.
So they called that we should come and take care of him.
No problem. Do that. Be doing that. You are trying then. If that is the case, you are trying for you being here. Okay.
Thank you.
You can mute now. Okay. So we are saying, assuming His Holiness Kavishara Maharaj gives an instruction that all his disciples should come to Warri Yatra. Meanwhile, some of the disciples are in Sangota. And like Olamide is in Sangota. And they don't have plenty devotees. So the temple president, Ganga president, said, okay, you should walk in the altar. Since you are walking in the altar, you cannot go to this program. You must stay and take care of the deities. Like Olamide said, but my Gurudev, Isonya Kavishara Maharaj said, I should come to the Ratayatra. All the disciples are coming from different places. It's an opportunity for us to know ourselves. So I want to go. Ganga Prasad said, look, we have few devotees. You know the situation. If you leave the altar, who will do the service? So you want to abandon service to the Lordship to go and socialize? No. I will not allow that. You say, no, but my Guru said I should go. Guru said I should go and I don't want to disobey Guru. So in such a situation, what do we do? Oh.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Haribo.
I think in this case, my guru have to talk to my temple president.
It's okay. You already know the answer from our last discussion, our previous discussion. So
yes,
we go steal the answer from there. Yes. The temple authorities should communicate with the spiritual authority. Managerial authorities should communicate with the spiritual authority. Ganga Prasad should communicate with His Holiness Kamshara Maharaj and explain to him why Olamide should stay behind to take care of the deities. So if he's able to convince Kamshara Maharaj, then Olamide has to take it. But if Kamshara Maharaj is able to convince him that he can go, he should go, then he has to carry out that instruction because he is also not, he is not above the Guru, he's working under the Guru. And he has to show good example by carrying out the Guru's instruction. But if situation demand that there is scarcity, the Gurus are very flexible in understanding also. So they will also agree. So what they will arrive at will benefit everyone. The Guru will be benefited, the managerial authority will be benefited, the students will also be benefited, disciples will be benefited, ISKCON will benefit also. So they will know how to arrive at such a conclusion. Yes. Also, a similar incident is like giving time in services. Giving time in services. You know, some services, you know, they take place in the temple at the same time. They take place in the temple at the same time. So if you have to do this one and you have to do this one at the same time, what will you do? If you have to do this service, you have to do that service at the same time. What will you do? If the services conflict, if they clash, what will you do? So you have to look for some common ground to harmonize. Yes. You have to find a way to harmonize. You either beg somebody to help you do one of them, or I also let the temple authority know that this is the clash. You are doing this service, you are supposed to do this service at the same time. Just like this class you are attending now. There are some students who are to rehearse to go and dance in a program tomorrow. So right now, they are not here. You see? They are not here right now. They are rehearsing to go and dance in a program tomorrow. Meanwhile, the attendance of this class is very, very important. To me, it's not acceptable. And to the other authority also that want to take them for program, it's not acceptable that they absent themselves. If they absent themselves, then they will not participate in the dance because they have to finalize their rehearsal today. So what to do? If you were caught in such a situation, what would you do?
Krishna Prabhu.
Yeah.
What happened is this, we attend the class. It's better for me to skip the dancing rehearsal and attend the class.
Okay. That means you will not benefit all the benefits. People will not see you there dancing. Say this is one of the best performance. Maybe some connection come from there, and they give some awards, and even give some donation to them, and you will not get anything. No. They will not give you because you didn't go. So what do? Anyway, you do what is practical. In such a situation, you have to explain to both authorities that look at the programs that are there. Then the authorities will talk together. Your managerial authority, the person arranging the program, teaching the students how to dance, they will talk with the teacher. Then look at this program, how do we do it? Then whatever conclusion they arrive at, then they tell the students in dilemma. Then it will now follow the instruction given by that. But if they don't consult with the other person and they just insist, they just go ignore this one and go for that one, then someone will be offended here. Either the teacher or the coach will be offended. Then that is not good for the student. So let there be communication, proper communication. But most of the time, we don't care. We don't care. We're only thinking of our own program. We don't care. You see? So like that, there should be harmony. There should be proper communication between the conflicting parties. Then they come on a kind of unanimous decision which the student must implement. Okay, so the question we already start answering it, that how do we, what and how do we do in such a case? Meeting obligations in a balanced way, because there is one policy called Pareto efficiency in economics. In economics, there is one principle called Pareto efficiency. This principle is employed in a matter of allocating resources. So it is called allocative efficiency. Pareto efficiency or allocative efficiency. So according to this principle by Pareto, economist Pareto, he said allocations should be made, resources should be allocated in such a way that one person will not be made happier and the other person makes sad. You don't allocate resources in a way that one person becomes very happy and the other person becomes very sad. That means you make one person happy at the expense of the other person. So such allocation is not balanced, it's not Pareto efficiency. To the degree your allocation of resources do not make someone happier and another person simultaneously unhappy, to that degree your allocation is efficient. So this is called allocative efficiency or Pareto efficiency. Putting that into situation, here there is a situation, there are obligations, there are conflicting obligations. Conflicting obligations. You are obliged to ISKCON, you are obliged to your spiritual authority, you are obliged to your administrative authority, you are obliged to your family, you are obliged to your master at workplace, you are obliged to take care of your health, you are obliged to take care of your sadhana. These obligations are not compromisable. You must take care of your health properly. Otherwise, you will not be able to do any service effectively. You must take good care of your family. Otherwise, you will not be able to concentrate. You make sure that the children are provided for and there is no problem coming from your end. You give them what they need in order to go to school. You cannot avoid it. It's an obligation. And also your sadhana, you must chant your 16 rounds. Meanwhile, the time is limited. So how do you strike a balance in meeting these obligations? You have to take care of your health, which is called self-care. You have to take proper care of your health. You have to make sure that your clothes are washed. You have to make sure that you eat proper food. You have to make sure that, you know, your sadhana is okay, your spiritual practices. You have to make sure that your family is okay. You have to make sure that your guru is okay, served. And you have to make sure that ISKCON is being served. You have to make sure that your managerial authorities are also happy with you. So how do you strike a balance in meeting these kind of obligations? And we have obligations to community also. We have obligations to Srila Prabhupada to distribute his books. We have the obligation to ISKCON to follow, lead by example, and lead others, do Harinam Sankirtan and the rest. Oh, this student is still having difficulty. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
So you are still not able to connect. That means Maya has trapped you for today. What to do? So later you will go and listen to this class on YouTube. Yes. Yes. Most of our classes are there. So they will share the link on the platform so that any class you miss, you can listen to it better. We don't encourage missing classes. I'm thinking that because today is a Friday and there are some funeral ceremonies, and it's an obligation that should be there. There are conflicting obligations, which we are teaching this is where we are, how to handle conflicting obligations. And you are not there. So this is your network story. I not believe I'm fully. What can I do? It's okay now. Because otherwise the other class, those in the class, they will be feeling cheated. Yes, now you know now. You know now. Wait, they will challenge me. Oh. So later me and you will talk, okay? Hare Krishna. Dear students, forgive me because he's a student. I cannot ignore his complaining of network issues, so I'm sorry for that. It's a distraction, but
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Aribo.
Please, can I ask a question?
Yes, do ask.
Please, for now, this is the situation I find myself in. Can I chant over here?
Why not?
You
But
just what? This is the situation of my father. Have you seen him?
Yes. You can chant. Yes, you can chant because the chanting will benefit him because you are invoking Krishna's blessing on him. Understand? When challenging situation come, that is the time you should chant. It will look bitter, but that is the time to chant because you need the mercy of the Lord. Okay? On your own, you cannot do anything. You can only lament there. Lament and say what to do, weigh yourself down. But if you take shelter of the Lord when there are trying circumstances, you are mature and the Lord will intervene. Only him can save the situation. Understand?
Yeah, okay. I did it this morning. Like when I'm chanting, people are coming in, going out, coming in, going out. It's like
so in that case, don't chant loudly. You chant silently. And if you see that they'll be looking at your beat, whether you are doing some incantations, then you can keep the beat aside and use your mind to chant. But in all circumstances, just chant.
Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Constantly chant inside your mind. That one they cannot see. Even a witch self, you not go to see your mind. You can hide from witch and chant from inside your mind. Nobody can take it away from a determined person. Okay?
Thank you.
So,
thank you, Prabhu.
thank you for thanking me. There are so many obligations every one of us must meet. And I'm saying they are classified into self-care, sadhana, family, guru, ISKCON, managerial authority, community, your boss, workplace, boss in the workplace. All these are obligations. And taking care of your dad, for instance, family obligations. And by extension, your children. These are unavoidable. That's why they are called obligation. You are obliged. You must do. But how do you do when there is conflict? When they are clashing? The time you're supposed to do jeopardize the time your boss expects you to be in the office. The time you are supposed to do this, that is the time the demand for this side is coming. And you must meet with all of them. You cannot ignore any of them because they are all vital. So how do you do? So first of all, having Pareto efficiency as the foundation, that you must allocate your resources, and time itself is the number one resource. In this case, time is the number one resource. How do you allocate your time efficiently? How do you allocate your time in a Pareto efficient manner? How? How do you allocate your time? You have just the same time within 30 minutes. You have to do this, you have to do that, you have to do this. You have to look for money. You have to make sure that there is food for the children. And you have to make sure that there is good health. You have to make sure that your guru service is carried out. You have to make sure that ISKCON service is carried out. You have to make sure that your personal sadhana is upright. How do you manage this time? One way to manage the time is you should make a schedule. First, you should be clear about your roles, what you need to do, the roles you need to play in every situation. Be very clear about it. What role am I to play in this situation? What are my goals? What do I want to achieve by this? Then what are my responsibilities so that you only act within the boundaries of your own responsibility? Don't carry everything on your head. What you need to do, you should know where you should start from, know where you should end. So in this way, you carry out, you manage the time, you try to harmonize. So be clear with your roles, be clear with your goals, be clear with your responsibility, and you should be clear with the time that is needed for each and every of the things you need to do. Then you now put them together in one pot and you churn it together and come out with a formula, something you should do, how to do in a way that all the things and none of them are neglected. Very, very important. So you prioritize also. Secondly, you prioritize. In economics, it is there also. In economics, it is there. You have to make a list of preference. Because the time is limited, the money you have is not up to everything you want to do. You have so many things to do, demand for a lot of money, but the money you have is limited. So how do you manage that limited money to get maximum benefit? So first, you have to make a list of priority. What is most important? You select from 1, 2, 3, number them in the order of importance. Then there is what is called opportunity cost. You have to forgo some in order to fulfill the others. There are some that if you fulfill them, it will positively affect every other thing. So that's why you list them. You know, the most important ones, you do them with your limited resources. Understand? See, that's why they say if you hold the head of a snake, the rest is just a long rope. Stomach is there, but stomach is not so important. Just hold the head tight, and you just make it and then later they can use something to put some heavy thing on the side, making put some load on top of it. The head is the most important. So of all the things that are in your front, some are more important than the other. So you make a list of preference and you work accordingly. The ones that you will put aside, they are called the alternative forgone in economics. In economics, they are called alternative forgone or opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the alternative forgone. So it's practical application of balancing obligations. Okay, you got it? I'm teaching economics now. I'm teaching economics. Yes. I'm teaching opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is the alternative forgone. When you make your list of preference, you allocate the money to those that are most important. Then the ones that you leave, you let go unattended, they are called the opportunity cost or the alternative forgone. So you do like that, you prioritize, then you act accordingly. And you can make a schedule, also weekly schedule, how to accommodate all these things proactively. Okay? Though there are some obstacles, sometimes if we are too rigid about how we want to do things, it becomes an obstacle. We are not flexible enough to accommodate emerging situations. So we have to know what to do. We should prioritize. And when they are conflicting, when the conflict is much, we have to harmonize. We have to look at the points where all the obligations can meet. You know that if you do that thing, it will satisfy every other part of the obligation. Focus more on that one. That means, in other words, don't neglect your spiritual practices at any cost. Even if it means you need to sleep early and wake up early, do it. But your spiritual practices must not be compromised. Your chanting should not be compromised. It must not be compromised. So if you are to sleep 1 hour early, cut off your watching of TikTok, cut off your online activities, then you gain time and you can sleep early, 1 hour early, then you wake up 1 hour earlier than before. So that is one of the way of discipline. Okay? You can regulate this based on becoming disciplined. Okay? Pareto efficiency. Okay? There are some quotes in the student handbook. Duty of disciple to carry out order. Spread Lord Chaitanya's message all over the world. Pritivite Asheyata Nagara di Grama. Savatra Prachara Oibe Mura Nama. The devotees of Lord Chaitanya must preach Krishna consciousness in every village and town in the world. That will satisfy the Lord. It is not that he wants to act whimsically for his own personal satisfaction. This order comes down through the Parampara system. And the spiritual master presents these orders to the disciple so that he can spread the message of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is the duty of every disciple to carry out the order of the bona fide spiritual master and spread Lord Chaitanya's message all over the world. So you can see how to satisfy your guru is to carry out this order. One of the ways, key ways of satisfying your guru is to carry out all the instructions he gives. And this particular one, it covers many others, or it permeates many other of the ways, because it is key. It's like a mother carrying out, understanding the orders of the spiritual master and carrying them out, living by example. Lord Chaitanya wants Krishna content to be preached all over the world. And the Guru's mission is to carry out Lord Chaitanya's orders. And the Guru has only one order, one obligation, how to carry out the order of his own spiritual master, who is also carrying out the order of his until he get back to Krishna. So only one order, one instruction given. And you have to carry it out according to time, place, and circumstance, applying your situational intelligence. Then, Tadvidi Pranipatena Pariprasnena Sevaya Upadekshanti Te Jnanam Jnanina Stattvadarsina. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Such a spiritual master should be accepted in full surrender and wants to serve the spiritual master like a menial servant without false prestige. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. Satisfaction of the self-realized spiritual master is the secret of advancement in spiritual life. When your spiritual master is pleased with you, Krishna is pleased with you, and your spiritual life is successful. But if the spiritual master is displeased with you, Nagati Kutup. Yes, everything is spoiled. So we should always act in a way that our spiritual master will be pleased with us. Okay? This is Guru Seva. Serve the Guru in a way that will be pleased with you. Then you will be happy in your devotional service. Of this, there is no doubt. Then more reading. If there is no surrendering, then it is no advancement. Our movement is that beginning of spiritual life is to surrender. If there is no surrendering, then it is no advancement, no advance. Sabadama Paritaja Mamekam Saranam Vraja. Bhagavad Gita 1866. This is the beginning. If that thing is lacking, there is no beginning even. What to speak of advancement? That is discussed already. Na sidim sa ababnoti na sukam na paramgatim. This is the beginning of spiritual life. The word is called disciple. Disciple means one who has self-discipline. If there is no discipline, where is disciple? So that is it. You have to be disciplined according to the instructions of the Guru. You have to discipline your life according to the instructions of the Guru. Okay? So spiritual life means discipline. That will say first, surrender. When you surrender to Krishna, then any activity you do is bhakti. But if you don't surrender, and any activity you do is below bhakti, that means you can work and bring some of the result of your work. That is Niskama Kama Yoga. You are working, you bring some of the result of your work to buy something for the Lord. It's Niskama Kama Yoga. Okay? You are working, but you are not fully surrendered yet. But when you surrender fully, any work you do after surrendering is bhakti. So we want people to become bhaktas, Krishna bhaktas. And the main duty of a bhakta is to carry out the orders of the spiritual master. So it is stated again. One must strictly try to execute the order. The principle of very readily carrying out the order of the spiritual master must be observed. You must be determined to implement the order of the spiritual master. Especially after taking initiation, you must be determined to implement, to carry out the instructions of the spiritual master. You must be determined to do it. That determination itself will attract divine intervention. The whole param will support you if your determination is strong. But first, you have to be determined to carry out the order of the spiritual master. That is the test. Are you determined to implement the order of the spiritual master? No matter the challenges, are you determined to implement orders of the spiritual master? That is the question. If the answer is yes, then you are qualified to become a disciple. And if the answer is no, that means you are not qualified. Though. You must be ready to implement the order of the spiritual master. Very, very important. You must be ready. Strong determination to implement the order of the spiritual master, especially when you take initiation. You make vows. No gambling, no illicit sex, no meat eating fish, no intoxication. I will chant 16 rounds every day. So you have to be determined to implement this. I would say that determination alone will bring everything good for you. It will make you become humble, because the more you are determined to do it, the more you see how insignificant you are, how much your strength is very little, how much you need to depend on the mercy of the Guru. Then that mindset will now attract intervention, the blessings of the Guru. This is how it works. Okay? So. Then, in this way, the Bhakti shrivels up. Bhakti Lata shrivels up. Giving up the regulative principles and living according to one's whims is compared to a mad elephant. After taking initiation, after making vows, you abandon the vows and you begin to live whimsically as you like. You are committing a mad elephant offense. Okay? And a mad elephant offense can uproot. It can, by force, it can forcefully uproot your seed of devotion and break it to pieces. If you ignore the order of the spiritual master and begin to do as you like, that mad elephant of offense can spoil everything for you. You lose taste in devotional service, you fall down, you lose the mercy and protection of your Guru. In this way, the Bhakti Lata shrivels up. Such an offense is especially created when one disobeys the instructions of the spiritual master. You don't take spiritual master to disobey his instructions. It will have adverse effect. It's like somebody cursing himself. If you take a spiritual master, you must be ready to obey his instructions. Otherwise, don't take it. This is called Guru Avagya. If you disobey the order of the spiritual, it's called Guru Avagya. It's an offense that has a name, Guru Avagya. The devotee must therefore be very careful not to commit offenses against the spiritual master by disobeying his instructions. As soon as one is deviated from the instructions of the spiritual master, the uprooting of the Bhakti Lata begins, and gradually all the leaves will dry up. Devotional service, the creeper of devotional service will dry up if you continue to commit offenses against the spiritual master. So let us take it very seriously. Don't disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Especially after taking the initiation, don't break principles. The order of the spiritual master is the life. Is the life substance of a disciple. Yes, the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of a disciple. Very, very important. That when the Guru gives instruction, inside that instruction giving, protection is there, shelter is there, nourishment is there, satisfaction is there. All the good things you are looking for, they are inside that instruction given by your guru. So if guru gives instruction and you are determined to implement that instruction, you get the shelter and protection of your guru. You get the protection of the devotees. You get the protection of all the previous acharyas. Therefore, up to Krishna. But if you abandon the instructions of guru and act as you like, you lose everything because you will not get the message, you will not get the shelter of anybody. Okay? So, after being initiated and receiving the order of the spiritual master, the disciples should unhesitatingly think about the instructions or orders of the spiritual master and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anything else. This is also the verdict of Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, who, while explaining the verse of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita 241, points out that the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. The disciple shouldn't consider whether he's going to go back home back to Godhead. His first business should be to execute the order of the spiritual master. Okay? Thus, a disciple should always radiate, he should always meditate on the order of the spiritual master. And that is perfectional meditation. Not only should he meditate upon the order, but he should find out the means by which he can perfectly worship and execute it. Are you getting it right? Are you getting it right? Two latecomers.
Yes, Abu.
The two latecomers, are you getting it right? You know yourselves. Answer. The two latecomers, are you getting it right? You know yourself. Say yes or no. Three latecomers, of course. Three latecomers. Ivy, Bhakti Samson, and even one has gone back. They are dancing, they are busy dancing. So, okay, Bhakti Cindy also. You were not in class last time, Bhakti Cindy. And now, okay, you are rehearsing for tomorrow, no problem. Hare Krishna. So the point we are making here is that after being initiated and receiving the orders of the spiritual master, the disciple must unhesitatingly think about the instructions or orders of the spiritual master and should not allow himself to be disturbed by anything else. Because inside those instructions are your protection, your shelter, your spiritual nourishment. Understand? Your satisfaction, fulfillment of all your desires, getting illuminated with the torchlight of knowledge, getting realized knowledge, all are inside. Inside the instructions of the spiritual master, everything good is embedded. Everything good for you as a disciple is enshrined in the instructions of the spiritual master. You getting it right? Just like inside wood, there is fire. Inside wood, there is fire. Inside dry wood, especially, there is fire. But you will not see the fire, you will only see the wood. But when you ignite it, when you light, fiery substance, then when the wood catches fire, then you will realize that there has been fire inside the wood all along. It's been hiding, and that fire can consume the whole wood. So similarly, there is always potency in the instructions of the guru. Okay? The instructions of the guru are like the dry firewood. And the fire is inside the wood, but the wood will not light itself until you use something to light it up. So that thing you will use in lighting up the wood is your determination to implement, to carry out the instructions of the Guru. The instructions of the Guru are the wood, dry firewood. And that endeavor to implement those instructions, that is the process of lighting the firewood with whatever, either with kerosene or with anything. Once it lights up, then the wood starts to burn. Then, of course, you see that the wood has been carrying fire all along. So the instructions of the spiritual master are carrying the subtle fire of fulfillment of all desires, the subtle fire of spiritual nourishment, the subtle fire of realized knowledge, the subtle fire of satisfaction, self-satisfaction, the subtle fire of everything good is hiding inside the instructions of the spiritual master. So when you endeavor to carry out the instructions, when you start carrying out the instructions, trying to implement the instructions of the spiritual master, and then all those things you are looking for, you will get it. It fulfills all desires. Go and read the translation of Guru Puja, you will see. That determination to carry out the instructions of the spiritual master ignites the fire. And that fire will burn, fire of self-realization, fire of purification, self-purification, fire of spiritual nourishment, fire of satisfaction, self-satisfaction, the fire of realized knowledge will ignite, and the disciple becomes steadily situated in his devotional service. Steadily situated in it. By that means he gets the grace of the spiritual master. That fire is carrying the grace of the spiritual master. And that grace will bestow upon you all the things you desire. So this is how powerful it is. So we should not joke with it, please. Let's not joke with it. For instance, there is a mention here in this, where we read that the disciple, Slavisananda Chakravarti Thakura says that he pointed out that the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. That is what it means. That's what I've been explaining. It's the life substance. The order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. Because inside that instruction, inside that order, is the grace of the spiritual master. And that grace will manifest in the form of realized knowledge, self-satisfaction, spiritual nourishment, everything good you can think of. Spiritual shelter, you see. So that is it. And that is service. Service. That is service. Carrying out the order of the spiritual master is service. And that service will burn down to ashes all reactions to previous sinful activities and all the potential seeds of sinful reactions within the heart of the disciples. They will all be burned down to ashes. This is how powerful it is. So let's not joke with it. You have a spiritual master, you have everything. Because the spiritual master's order carries the grace of the spiritual master and therefore the grace of the Lord, with which every seemingly impossible thing becomes possible. So it's a powerful thing. So you want to take initiation from a spiritual master, be ready. Now look at Srila Prabhupada as an example. That the question is either what if the spiritual master gives an instruction, but you are unable to carry out the instruction in the meantime? What do you do? Because he said that the spiritual master's instructions should never be neglected. So if you cannot carry it out instantly, what do you do? You should constantly meditate on it, how to carry it out, be planning on how to do it. And the example is given that Srila Prabhupada He received his instructions from his spiritual master in 1922. You go to the West and preach in English language. If you ever have money, print books. He received these two instructions from his spiritual master in 1922. And Srila Prabhupada started meditating on these instructions, but all external circumstances were not favorable. So external forces might be unfavorable, but the internal meditation on how to carry out the instruction, that will sustain you. As long as you have no plan of abandoning the instruction that you are meditating on how to carry it out, it's a matter of time. So that instruction he received in 1922, he implemented it in 1966. How many years interval? Any mathematician among you?
I think 40 years.
Okay, you think that's why you didn't get it. 22 to 66 years. 1922, the God instruction, implemented it in 1966. So how many years in between? Don't think, oh. If you think, you get it wrong again. Oh. So no mathematician among you?
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes.
Minimum of 50 years.
Oh, you still didn't get it.
Prabhu, you 44 years.
44 years, yes. 44 years. The mathematical giant has answered it. 44 years. It took him 44 years to implement the order of his spiritual master. Can you imagine? 44 good years. All along, he was not idle. He was thinking about how to do it, how to carry it out. And it is that instruction that gave birth to the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. In other words, Srila Prabhupada took shelter of that verse, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, text 41. If you go study it, Bhagavad Gita chapter 2, text 41. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana. Vyavasayatmika buddhi. Those who are on these paths of devotional service, they are resolute in their determination. Resolute. They are resolute. They are resolved in their determination to do devotional. Those who are on this path are resolute in their determination. And their aim is one. What is that one aim? To carry out the instructions of the spiritual master. Are you getting it right?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
They are resolute in their determination. Those who are on this part of Krishna consciousness, they are resolute in their determination. And their aim is one. And what is that one aim? That ekeha. That eka. Eka means one. Ekeha kurunandana. That's one aim. Is the instructions of the spiritual master, to carry out the instructions of the spiritual master. That is their only determination. And we are saying that inside that determination, the grace of the spiritual master is embedded. Spiritual nourishment is embedded. Spiritual shelter and protection is embedded. Fulfillment of all desires is inside that instruction. You see how powerful it is? So, if you get any instruction for the spiritual master, take it serious. And like Prabhupada, he got it in 1922, but he implemented it in 1966. 44 years interval. And all that interval was not idle. He didn't abandon the instruction. He was meditating on it. So the principle is that the spiritual master's instruction can be delayed. The spiritual master instruction can be delayed, but not abandoned. The spiritual master's instruction can be delayed, but not abandoned. You get it? You have to constantly think of it, constantly thought of it, constantly. How do I execute this order of the spiritual master? At a point, everything else begins to show red, pointing to that focus, sharpen that focus, bend all your energy toward that focus, and he bent all energy there, and he arrived. Another example also is the sparrow. The sparrow that lost its egg on the seashore. Small sparrow. And the ocean swallowed its eggs, and he came and he ordered the ocean, please return my eggs. My dear ocean, please return my egg. The ocean laughed sarcastically. If I don't return it, then what will you do? The ocean challenged him back because thinking that it's a mighty ocean and this is a very small sparrow. What can you do? So he laughed sarcastically first, like the demon's laughter. Then he quoted, so as he stopped suddenly, I said, so if I don't return it, what will you do? What will you do? The sparrow said, okay, you will see what I will do. Then the sparrow started his business. He will pick small of the ocean water. Ocean, not a lake, not a bucket of water, a whole ocean, mighty ocean. He will pick small in his mouth. He fly for miles and go and drop it in the desert and come back. It will go like about 20 times for the whole day. But he was determined to dry the ocean. So as he started his business about 3 days. Then the news went around the whole universe. Then Garuda had it. Garuda is the king of the birds. So he's a king of all the birds, including the sparrow. They see the sparrow as his subject now. How can my subject be in anxiety and then then what is my use? So immediately he came down to where the thing was happening. And he threatened the ocean. Now return the eggs of the sparrow. It's Garuda talking now, not the sparrow. I heard that you have taken the sparrow's eggs and you are refusing to return it. Return it now. That person he asked the sparrow, he couldn't ask Garuda. Because if he has asked Garuda, it means Garuda can swallow the whole ocean in a second. So he didn't ask him that question, what will you do if I don't return it? He didn't. I was very intelligent. Immediately, he returned the eggs. And the sparrow got his eggs back. So determination is key. The determination to implement the order of the spiritual master is key in our spiritual life. And therefore, Srila Visayananda Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary says, he points out that the order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. I say it again. The order of the spiritual master is the life substance of the disciple. So that is it. You can consider whether external environmental forces are favorable or not. The order of the spiritual master must be carried out. And if you have that determination, definitely there will be divine intervention. Just as Garuda come down to help his family. So by the same token, we should know that God is always alive. God is alive. God is never dead. And it's always there for us. God is never dead. He's always there for us. And He, the Lord, is in our heart also as the super soul. The Lord is in our hearts as the super soul. He knows all our desires. The Lord knows all our desires and is patiently watching. The very moment we are determined to do the right thing, the very moment we become very strongly determined to carry out the order of the Lord begins to give us attention. And as soon as we start making endeavors in the direction of implementing the orders of the Lord, then a relationship, reciprocal relationship begins. And that relationship, inside that relationship, first, inside that determination to carry out the order of the Lord or the instructions of the Lord, as in the scriptures, immediately the divine grace, which is hiding inside that determination, begin to manifest. It begins to manifest. It begins to manifest. It begins to manifest. The divine grace, it will manifest in form of protection. It will manifest in form of nourishment. It will manifest in form of fulfillment of all our desires, installmental desires, all get fulfilled. So everything good start happening. Everything good start happening. Just because we are determined to do the right thing. And the Lord wants to encourage us that yes, we are in the right direction. Keep on doing. Go ahead to do what you are determined to do. That is what I want you to do. So I will grant you the grace. I will grant you the energy. I will grant you the ability. I will grant you all that is needed, all the facilities to do it. So this is how the Lord fulfills all our desires. So we are the ones holding ourselves back by desiring the wrong things. But once we start desiring the right thing, the Lord rapidly, reciprocates, encouraging us to do more, because that's what He wants us to do in the first place. This is how the whole thing works. You get it now? You get it now? That is how it works. So it worked before. It is working now. And it will continue to work tomorrow or in the future. These principles, I'm short of memory in my phone. How come? So this is how the whole thing works. The topic is Guru Seva. The topic is Guru Seva. And this is the first aspect, the small topic. It graduates into the next topic, which is Guru Vapu and Vani. But I think let me look at the time. This particular topic graduates into Guru Vapu and Vani. (8:09). Okay, we still have some time. So we can start the next topic. If there are questions or commentaries on what we have taught so far. We first talk about ways we can serve our Guru. Then we talk about ways we can serve the mission of ISKCON. And we try to harmonize that there are some mutual benefits or mutual ways of doing these things. That what you see in the service of the Guru, you see it in the service of ISKCON. Why? Because the Guru is living to implement the instructions of ISKCON. So the Guru's desires are always one with the mood, ambition, and the purposes of ISKCON. That's why you see them meeting together on the same paths. So then we say, can there be some imbalance in the services to Guru and services to our administrative authorities, then we say, yes, there can be. But when that conflict happens, we need to harmonize. We harmonize simply by proper communication. And when that happens, everybody will benefit maximally. The spiritual authority will benefit, the administrative authority will benefit, the individual devotees will benefit maximally. Maximally. So we say, okay, there are certain conflicts, there are certain obligations as a human being who is a devotee. And sometimes these obligations conflict. Why? Because they are all sharing the same time. The time is fixed, but the obligations are many. If you have only one obligation, then all the time you have, like 1 hour, for instance, you can utilize all the 1 hour in trying to fulfill that one obligation. If you have 2 obligations, you have only 30 minutes to fulfill one, and you have to fulfill the other one with 30 minutes. The same 1 hour, you have to divide it among 2 obligations. If the obligations are 3 or 4 or 5, then you have to divide the same 1 hour among these 5 obligations. That means you have shorter time to do things. That means you have to do things effectively in order to be able to meet up with all. Otherwise, you may have to drop, leave some of them and focus on the ones that you can handle properly. So we brought about the principle of Pareto efficiency. We define Pareto efficiency as in terms of allocating resources. Therefore, it is also called allocative efficiency, Pareto efficiency or allocative efficiency. What are we allocating? We are allocating resources. The resources will be allocated so that one person should not be made happier and the other person sad. That means the happiness of one person should not be at the expense of the other person. It should not bring sadness to the other person. So to the degree that your allocation doesn't make someone else, disadvantaged, to that degree your allocation is efficient. So allocative efficiency is measured in percentages. You see? And nothing can be 100% efficient. It's not even a machine. A machine cannot be 100% efficient. Why? Because it has to overcome some frictional forces. Yes. A machine has to overcome some frictional forces in order to even start. Therefore, a machine cannot be 100% efficient. Even a machine, how much more human beings? That's why efficiency is measured in percentages. Huh? The formula for efficiency is mechanical advantage over velocity ratio times 100%. It's what this time is 100%. See? So, but you maximize efficiency if your allocation is Pareto efficient. This is the point that we have to prioritize. For Pareto efficiency, we have to prioritize. And we made mention of economics, where we have some money, but the demands are much more than the money we have to fulfill, to supply. So, by that, there is a need for making a scale of preference, whereby you itemize all the things you have. You have 100 CDs, you have to buy 5 things. And these 5 things are costly, some are even 80 CDs. You see, so you have to make a list. Then you look at all of them and mark them in order of priority. Which one, if I do, I may not need to do some other ones. That this one alone can cover for many of them. You take that one as number 1, you do that one, then you do number 2. And you make a list of preference. Then the one your money can fulfill, You select those most important ones, fulfill them. The ones that you leave behind, they are called the alternative foregone. And alternative foregone is what? Alternative foregone is the opportunity cost. In economics, they teach it like that. Opportunity cost is also known as alternative foregone. You see? So in this way, when obligations clash, one to obligation in this case to yourself, self-care, obligation to your own sadhana, obligation to your family members, including wife and children and parents, obligation to your workplace, obligation to ISKCON, obligation to your guru, obligation to society. Many obligations, you see, many obligations, but the time you have is limited. So how do you strike a balance in the matter of fulfilling these obligations? So we say you have to make a list of priority. First, know your goals, know your expectations, know your responsibilities. Then you make a schedule to accommodate all. Then you start fulfilling them according to preference. So we talk all that, and we say, okay, sometimes we get instructions from our guru, and we have a strong desire to implement it. But if the external forces, external environmental forces are not in equilibrium, they are not they are not favorable. Even though the desire to implement the order is there, we'll be unable to implement it. So such situations happen most of the time. So we use Srila Prabhupada as example. That his guru gave him instruction in 1922 to go to the West to preach in English and also to print books if he ever had money. But it took him 44 good years to be able to implement this desire. But all along, he has been meditating on how to implement it. So we say instructions of the spiritual master can be delayed. It can be delayed, but cannot be neglected. You understand? It can be delayed. You give instruction, it will take you some time. Sometimes you can instantly implement, but some will take some time before it to mature for you to implement it. So it can be delayed, but cannot be denied or neglected. And we should have that in mind. And in that way, we should take a spiritual master and try to do the needful. We'll be happy. So this is where we were. This is the far we have gone. Okay? I've told you what I told you, I will tell you. The internal summary of what we have done so far. We still have a little more time, so let us start the next topic, which is also closely related to this. Lesson 10. Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. Vapu means the physical presence of the Guru. There are some services you can do in the physical presence of the Guru. And it is those category of services that you can wash the Guru's plates, you can clean the ashram, you can iron his clothes, you can bring fruits for him, you can do anything anyhow for the Guru physically. Those services to render in the physical presence of the Guru, they are called Vapu Seva. Then the second type of Seva is called Vani Seva. Vani. Vani means the physical absence of the Guru. Vapu means the physical presence of the Guru. Vani means in the physical absence of the Guru. So the Vapu instructions are Vapu Seva is more of serving the instructions of the Guru, carrying out the instructions of the Guru. And technically, it is concluded that Vani Seva, or service in separation, or carrying out the instructions of the Guru is more important than serving the Guru physically in his presence. Anywhere you look, you are the one sitting there, you are the one opening the gate. It's also service, but carrying out the instructions of the Guru is more important than those kind of physical services. Okay? So that is it. It's more important because even if you are in the physical presence of the Guru, you can even easily commit offenses and taking things for granted. But if you are keen at carrying out his instructions, even though physically you don't meet him, you will not be demoralized. But if you are only the one who serves in the physical presence of the Guru, when you don't see the Guru for some years, you become demoralized. And those who are carrying out the instructions of the spiritual master, they always feel connected. And even Srila Prabhupada himself said he met his Guru about 3 or 4 times for a whole lifetime. For a whole lifetime, he met his Guru 3, 4 times. Only. And that Srila Prabhupada said that anybody who is trying to carry out his instruction in the matter of spreading his mission is never separated from him. He's always thinking of him. He's always thinking of carrying out his instruction. He is always with such a person. So to be in the presence of Prabhupada is to carry out the instructions. You see? So Vani is technically more important than Bapu. But then there was a statement that once Narada Muni visited, he was meditating because some devotees were talking about this moment association of a thing. That even the moment association with the spiritual master can save, can grant all perfection to a devotee. Even a moment association. So Narada Muni was wondering, moment association, just a moment association? How is it possible? A moment association, the spiritual master is enough to take one back to God and give him all the benediction. Just a moment association. So Narada was wondering, I said, this statement looked too strong. A moment association. Let me show you. Just a moment association is enough. This thing is not big enough. A moment association. Just imagine. So he wanted clarification. So he went to meet Vishnu. Yes. He went to meet Vishnu with great wonder how a moment association can make somebody a pure devotee and can let him go back to God. So Narada Muni went to Vaikuntha. He met Lord Vishnu, offered obeisances, and the Lord asked him, hey Narada, what is your mission? Why have you come here? You don't move anyhow. If you go anywhere, you have a mission. So what is your mission, Narada? So Narada said, oh, I just came across this statement. And he said, a moment association with a pure devotees, with a great devotee, can grant all perfection. So I'm wondering, then Vishnu answered that you will find the answer to this question in a particular village. If you go there right now, there's a newborn fish, not human being, a newborn fish. If you go there, ask him this question. A moment association with a pure devotee can grant all perfection. How is it possible? Immediately Narada took off because Narada has the ability to move in space with the speed of the mind. He just appeared there. Immediately he got to the village and truly there was a newborn fish. He asked him this question. My dear newborn fish. Fortunately, the fish can talk also. He asked him. He said, but I was told by authorities that even a moment association can grant all perfection. How is it true? Immediately, the fish just gave up the body. The newborn fish gave up his body, and now that as soon as he saw that, he ran back to Vaikuntha. Hey, what has happened? What has happened? I've considered, I've contributed to killing this fish. Surprised, he went back to Vaikuntha and related the whole thing that has happened. Then Lord Vishnu said, okay, now you go to another village on earth, so place. Go and ask the same question to a newborn calf. There is a calf, a cow, small baby. Go and ask him this question. How this is possible? Immediately. Go, don't waste time. Immediately, Narada sped off. He sped off. Went there. As he got there, truly there was a newborn calf. So, what is happening? Newborn calf? Wow. Where's my listening that disappeared? Wow. My screen, come back to me now, I beg, please. I'm just begging you. So, newborn calf. I'm looking for my screen. I'm getting a bit distracted by it. Where's my screen? Okay, so the newborn calf, he went there and asked him, newborn calf, please explain to me, how is it possible that a moment association with a pure devotee can grant all perfection? How is it possible? Immediately, the calf died also. Upon hearing that, the calf died immediately. Bam! Nowhere to be found. It's gone. Say, what has happened? Narada became more astonished. Then he ran back. Went to Vaikuntha. Say, hey, come and see what has happened. I just asked the calf the question, and immediately the calf also died. Are you engaging me in this kind of ghastly kind of a situation, whereby I become implicated as the person killing new babies like that here and there? Why are you doing this to me, Vishnu? So immediately Vishnu said, okay. You have one more place to go, Narada. Now go to earth. If you go, you will meet a human baby born, new human baby born there. So ask him the same question. Just ask him. If you go, ask him this same question. He went to the human, to the village, and saw that truly there was a human boy, little boy born. Say, so little boy, I'm coming to ask you a question, no? But please agree with me. Let us strike a deal. Don't die. Don't die. If I ask you this question, don't just try it. Don't die. Do you agree with me? Say yes. Immediately he asked him, how is it possible that a moment association can grant all benediction, all perfection to somebody? Say, Immediately the boy laughed sarcastically. Hey, so he said, Narada Muni. So you don't know that, you don't still recognize that it is me who you met as the fish, the new baby fish, and me you met as the new baby calf, and it is the same me that is here in the human form. You don't know? Immediately after talking that, the boy also left the world, went back to Vaikuntha. So immediately Narada could understand. And it become clear that Narada himself is a pure devotee. A pure devotee association can grant all perfection. And those entities leaving their body means immediately they associated with Narada, they got a higher body. Immediately they associated with Narada, they have a higher body. So this is his verse on the screen. Hare Krishna, are you there? Or I'm talking alone? Anyone there?
Hare Krishna,
Is
Prabhu.
anyone there?
Yes,
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu.
Okay, are you
Thank
seeing
you,
the
sir.
screen?
Hare
Yes,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasashrakaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasiddhi Hoy. Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasashrakaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasiddhi Hoy. Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasashrakaya, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, Sarvasiddhi Hoy. What does it mean? Fly off, come on. This is the meaning. That the verdict of all revealed scripture is that by even a moment's association with a pure devotee, one can attain all success. So this is the verse that baffled Narada Muni, because Narada Muni meditated on this verse. When we hear verses, we don't meditate on them. Narada meditates because Narada is very, very attentive. And he hears deep with the soul. So immediately he meditated on it and he saw this. And finally, he followed up. He asked the right person, right questions, and immediately he got the desired result. He realized that himself is a pure devotee. Himself is a pure devotee. So, but to associate with a pure devotee, you must have the right attitude. To associate with a pure devotee and get the maximum benefits, you must have the right attitude. The right what? Attitude. In the Nectar of Instruction, Srila Rupa Goswami wrote, success in devotional service depends on the attitude of the practitioner. Success in devotional service depends on the attitude of the practitioner. You get it right? Success in devotional service, and by extension, every other service, depends on the attitude of the practitioner. That's why there is a social saying that it is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. It is your attitude, not your aptitude. Aptitude means your ability to do something. Your ability. Aptitude. And altitude means the highest point you can go, can ever achieve. So in other words, it is your attitude. Attitude means your disposition towards God, your psychological, spiritual disposition towards the world, how you see things in relationship with God or the converse. That is attitude. It is your attitude, not your aptitude. That means not your ability. It is your natural, disposition from within to without, with God in the center. It is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. Your altitude is the highest. It is not by your ability that you attain great heights. It is your attitude. If you have attitude of gratitude, attitude of humility, attitude of simplicity, those things attract divine intervention and make things happen in your life. It is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. So here we say to associate with the association of a pure devotee is so potent. It's so potent that it grants one all desired results. But you must be in the right attitude. Okay? If you do not have the right attitude, you will get some side benefits, but you will not get the full benefits. Okay? So we do not associate with great devotees with the right attitude. What we get is just some kind of pious credit called Agyana Sukriti. Yes, Agyana Sukriti is what we get. We will not get Bhakti Mukhi Sukriti. That's pious credit that we grant you Bhakti. That's not what we get if we don't associate with the right attitude. If you associate with pure devotees in the right attitude, you get Bhakti Mukti Sukriti. That's pious credit that will precipitate you, we push you, we propel you to the platform of Bhakti. You must have the right attitude. Therefore, behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru, will grant you the actual benefit. Okay? So this brings us to the point of behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru, as in page 50 of the student handbook. In the page 50 of the student handbook, there are some appropriate behaviors, or behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru. Behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru. Behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru. So can somebody read? Can somebody read some of those? Okay, it's not on the screen. Oh, sorry. It's not on the screen. It's not on the screen. But before then, let's just read this. My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and great saints are spiritual by touching you, are purified by touching you, it is the characteristics of a devotee to observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. So that will also bring us to the Vaishnava etiquettes. See? So these Vaishnava etiquettes are the behaviors, rules of etiquette for a disciple from Hari Bhakti Vilas. We read these rules of etiquette and we close so that when we come next time, we just start from there. Rules of etiquette. Let's read them. Or we allow you to go so that you can read these rules of etiquette there. Then when we come back, we start from there. I think that is better because time is already gone. So, on this note, we give it as assignment. Go and read them. If you have the student handbook, go to page 50. Page 50 of the student's handbook and read them. Read those rules of etiquette for a disciple from Hari Bhakti Vilas. Okay? Go and read it so that when we come, we start from there and we finish this particular topic and we finish the other one also. In our next class, we finish Guru 10 and 11. The 10 we have done the foundational work now. Then we go fast to finish it when we come back. And we go to the other one, which is also a short lesson. So we can finish those two. You can go and read ahead. Lesson 10 and 11. Okay? Starting with behaving appropriately in the presence of the Guru. These etiquettes are in page 50 of the student handbook. If you don't have the hard copy, the soft copy is on the page also. So you can just open it and scroll through to page 50. Then you see it. And try to read from there. Try to read from there up to page 55, no, 56. You will read from page 50 to 56 of the student handbook, because that's what we are going to cover in our next class on Monday. Thank you very much. Are there some questions or commentaries on these points? Otherwise, we'll close. Okay, all these ones are going to be part of next class, so let's just stop it. William Abe, why do you come so late? You came early and you left. Is that how to attend class? Eh? You don't know how to attend class, have you? Eh? You don't know how to attend class, have you? Yes, so you don't know how to attend class.
Krishna Prabhu.
Aribo.
Prabhu, please, the network was not helping me at all. Because if I log in, then it will automatically log out. So I was having issues with the network.
You are having issue with the network because you don't have a spiritual master now. It's because you don't have a guru. That's why network demon is able to catch you. If you are a guru, your guru will just protect you. If you have a guru now, guru will just network demon will be afraid that, hey, this person has a guru. I cannot go there. But when they look around, you see that you don't have a guru. He can't catch you. Jump over everybody, can't catch you. See?
Prabhu, I have a guru. You are my guru now.
No. Diksha Guru, I thought. The one that will give you formal initiation. Me, my own at 6th level I operate. Now to educate everybody for the Diksha Gurus. Preparing people for the Diksha Gurus. Service to the Diksha Gurus, what I'm doing. Okay, so please. We want to appreciate.
Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna.
But we can also choose you also as our Diksha Guru.
No. I'm not fit to be a Diksha Guru. I'm not fit to be a Diksha Guru. Diksha Guru is for very powerful, pure devotees.
With all this knowledge you have.
This one is knowledge. Now 6th level we qualify me rich. Hare Krishna. Let the powerful people carry that responsibility, because you know what it means to be a Diksha Guru? At the point of initiation, the Diksha Guru absorbs all your previous karma, and we also dry up all the potential sinful activities, the seeds of potential sins. The Guru also burn it. That means your inclination to commit sin will also be dried up. So you have no inclination for committing sin after taking the Guru. So it's a big responsibility. So that some gurus used to come life after life but for the sake of some particular disciples, trying to claim their disciple. They take different forms. They come back for them. It's not a small responsibility. And in Kali Yuga, people are very restless. So restless and reckless. So those who are taking who are Diksha Gurus, they are taking risk on behalf of the Lord. It is very risky, but they are taking that risk on behalf of the Lord. It's a sacrificial service, so they are taking the risk on behalf of the Lord. Okay, we know this person is whimsical.
And we prefer you to do that for us. We prefer you to do that for us.
Oh, I beg. I'm not qualified by his constant. The qualified people are there, I beg. We recommend you, we train you for them. Take among them. We will still be there at 6 years. We will give instruction when necessary. But the powerful one, let them be there doing the service. Sometimes they carry some disciples. Heavy load. Imagine you just initiate somebody, the person goes back begin to do all the things he has vowed not to do. So you can imagine, it increases the weight, the load on the guru's head like anything. Sometimes it almost overwhelms the guru. So almost. Very careful. Okay, so that is it. We thank you, latecomer Bhakti Sarah. You are latecomer, but you are best among the latecomers. We thank you, Dr. Olamide. Olamide came early enough. Dr. Ivy is another latecomer.
Prabhu, my network is not that good. That's why.
But welcome, latecomer, but welcome. You were dancing during when we started. Then Dr.
Yeah, we did not
Gaddafi.
have class on Wednesday.
But Dr. Gaddafi is also a latecomer today. Oh. Why? Gaddafi, why did you come late today?
Today I didn't get home early. Traffic at my area not small. I was in a rush. Pack everything from the office before.
Okay,
Today.
Okay, that's okay. It's okay now. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. Then Bhaktina Kuti, thank you. That is our first attendant for today. Number one attendance for today is Bhaktina Kuti. Thank you very much for that example. Bhakti Buadua Boateng Cindy is one of our regular latecomers. Sometimes complete absenteeism. Like during the last class, we were totally absent without apology. Absence without apology. Then Dr. Samson, a latecomer for today, but at least as he came, he decided to he managed to stay. So we appreciate all of you, and William Abbey, of course, who is a truant attendant, who comes small time ago, come back. But at least we appreciate you staying to the end. We expect full class in our next session because we were going to finish this one and we'll finish the other one also. We are not going to joke. We focus and finish. So exactly the time, 6:30, we are starting exactly 6:30. We now wait. We activate the platform before by 6:20, 6:25. Then exactly 6:30, we are starting our class so that we can cover up. It's very sweet, so you will not even know that it is long. Okay, thank you. Skafanda Charles Laisi Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Hariki. Jai.
Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.